Well, welcome welcome all to the Snail Trail 4x4 podcast. If you like going off-roading in Toyotas, wrenching on Toyotas, camping in Toyotas, and maybe even poking a little bit of fun at Toyotas, and of course, hearing about how fantastic poking holes in campers is, then this is the podcast for you. That's right, ladies and germs. My name's Tyler, and joining me on another episode of the Snail Trail 4x4 podcast is the whole poker extraordinaire, Jimmy Jed. How you doing, man?
Good. Thank you. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good.
Awesome.
I'm lying. I'm not doing good.
You're overwhelmed.
I'm overwhelmed, and I injured my back pretty good yesterday, so I'm on a lot of painkillers. Very high amounts of ibuprofen.
There you go.
And we'll see how today goes.
Yeah. Good luck with that.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks for getting upright and coming in a day early to record so I can go have some fun on Tuesday night.
Yeah, it should be fun. I think we just have a couple of really busy weeks here, and we're figuring out how to keep the podcast rolling. And that's one of the nice things about doing a podcast is you can kind of plan your schedule around and record whenever you need to in order to get episodes out. So
true. Yeah.
Except we're doing that.
We're crazy and decide to release 3 in a week.
True. Fair.
Where it'd be a lot easier if we could rearrange our schedule at times and only record one and worry about one podcast a week. Yes. But yeah, let's see. So
AKA all you listeners out there better be fucking grateful. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. For those that don't know, typically, Tyler and I we record on Tuesdays, and we record all 3 episodes for the week, what we call the week. We record we record 3 episodes on Tuesday, and we release Thursdays, Fridays, and then Monday, and then Tuesday we come back in and we record 3 more episodes. So we're never really banking episodes.
No,
we're always just the week ahead.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons why when we were gone to Trail Hero X, we needed to phone in some friends.
Yeah.
And have them release some podcasts for us.
Yep.
But yeah, this week, let's just sort of talk about the next 2 weeks in a way.
Yeah.
This week, I'm actually going to a World Cup game on Tuesday night. I'm going to see Austria versus Jordan at what was formerly called Levi Stadium.
Yeah.
They're debranding all the stadiums for the World Cup.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's like so it's San Francisco Stadium or something like that.
Okay.
But yeah, FIFA doesn't allow other branded things in.
Okay.
So the Levi's Stadium can't be called Levi's Stadium through FIFA and the World Cup.
Yeah.
So it's kind of
I wonder how that works, because obviously Levi's pays a lot of money to sponsor that stadium, right?
I don't know how that works.
Is FIFA covering the stadium's income for that, or is Levi? Because like if I was Levi's, I'd be like, I'm kind of pissed about that, right?
Right.
Like the whole point of putting my name and paying for my name to be on a stadium is so that whenever things happen at the stadium, the name Levi's gets around, right? So especially if there's something as big as the World Cup coming in, like there has to be something in their contracts, their advertising contracts, to handle that type of situation.
Yeah,
like if an event comes in and the name is not used for that event, does Levi get some of their money back for their contract, or do they get paid something? And is FIFA paying that, or is the stadium paying it? I don't know.
I have no idea.
Interesting. I'm fascinated with how business logistics like that works.
Yeah, they were saying something about how my guess is that the stadium pays for it because what I heard in regards to that is that the stadium or the efforts to cover up the names and everything was costing like $1 million or something like that. And probably that goes into some of the payback fees to Levi in this case. But the stadium is making so much money.
That's fair. That's true. They're making a ton of money for this.
Bringing in all the people watching the games,
so
and the games happening.
It's worth
the payback.
The net profit that they're making from everything is worth paying back Levi for it. Okay, that makes sense.
I think that's how it goes.
Okay.
That's my guess.
Yeah.
Right. So anyway, this week for me, Tuesday night, I am going to watch a World Cup game. It's down in San Francisco. It's about 2 hours away. The game starts at 9 p.m.
Jesus.
Yeah. And we have to get down there like at 3 something so that we could just do, like, we want to be a part of the festivities and be a part of everything that's going on down there and worry about traffic and getting down there. And we're trying to figure out BART logistics and all this other stuff. And so anyway, so my brother rented a hotel room.
Okay.
So that when we finish the game, which will be like, games typically go probably 2.5 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be almost midnight-ish.
That's not too bad then.
Not too bad. But I think our game plan is to go back to the hotel and crash.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to come home Wednesday midday and get back here. And then Friday, I'm going camping at our solstice thing.
Yeah.
So that's going Friday, Saturday. We were supposed to go and Sunday, and then we were supposed to stay till Monday.
Mm-hmm.
But now my dad wants to do a Father's Day with his kids on Sunday night. And so now we're coming home a day early.
Yeah.
And then the following week is Rubathon.
Yep.
Which I'm not entirely sure when I'm headed out yet. It's either Wednesday or Thursday. And then my daughter actually has a show that weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to head home a little early.
Yeah.
And so it's just this next 2 weeks are just going to be crazy.
Yep.
So I've got World Cup, then camping, then Rubathon all within 10 days.
Yeah. I'm going to Lassen for Father's Day trip, right? This week. So I'm leaving Wednesday morning, I think. And we're going all the way up to the lava beds above Lassen.
Yeah.
And then we're going to work our way back down.
Cool.
Over the Wednesday through Sunday. And the goal I think is to be back home Sunday night. But I'll be gone all that way. And then we're launching the new website for Morphlate this week.
Yes.
And we decided to start that today on Monday.
Yeah.
And so that's all going on. And it's just, there's a lot of step-by-step things that have to happen to minimize downtime on the website so that people can come in from their weekend adventures and go order stuff.
Yeah.
Which is usually what happens on Mondays and Tuesdays. But we got to move over to the new website, and things are going to be really, really awesome with the new website once it launches and lands and it's up and running. But there's going to be some downtime in the meantime and just dealing with all that today. So,
yeah. So, well, I appreciate you working with our schedule and having the flexibility to actually record a day early. Yeah. Normally we keep Wednesdays as our backup day. Yeah. If we can't record Tuesday, we push it back to Wednesday. But for this case, you were gone Wednesday. I was gone Wednesday, yeah. You know, and I was like, damn it. Okay. And I wasn't going to be getting home till a little later on Wednesday anyway. So it was like, oh shit. Well, okay.
Just have them drop you off here on their way through town.
Yeah. Right. And I'll Uber back. Yeah. So, oh man. So yeah, it's chaos and crazy. And, but we're working our best to keep everything flowing and, you know, so that you guys still have podcasts in your ears while we're off having our fun. And then, you know, we'll come home from our trips and we'll be able to talk about it and still have content, you know, more content for you guys in the long run. So that's all works out.
Next week for Rubathon, I know that we have at least 2 to 3 listeners that are on Discord that are packing and getting ready for Rubathon here. And they've been kind of talking about it. So, next week for Rubathon, I'm going up Thursday. I'll be leaving Loon Lake Thursday morning. I'll have 2 passengers with me and Nick DeLuca, our gladiator on 29s, and his family. Sounds like the whole family is coming out. Great. We'll be traveling together pretty much with the Forerunner run. We'll see if I make it there in time to leave with the Forerunner run. If not, I'll just catch up to them.
Sure.
And then me and Nick will stop at Buck Island and meet up with Lee, Delta Dave, Morgan, and you, hopefully, at Buck Island.
Yeah, I'm either going in Wednesday with them or I'll be going in Thursday with you. Yeah. So I don't know yet.
One of those 2 will figure it out.
Depends on how many panels I have to ship.
Yeah.
Or when I have the podcast to edit and get out.
Yeah. But cool thing, Lee, Dave, and Morgan, they're going to get into Buck Island early.
Yes.
And they're going to be making tacos and passing out tacos to everybody that comes through for Rubathon. So if you guys are going to Rubathon, you'll be driving through the trail, driving through Buck Island. Make sure you stop and grab some tacos from Delta Dave, Lee Lim, Solve Function, and Morgan, who's like the groupie. Delta Dave's groupie. So
I'm not sure if Morgan's going to make it.
Oh, really?
And things might have changed, but last I heard his rig wasn't together yet.
Aw, bummer.
Yeah, I think he's like Dirty Koala on Instagram. Yeah, he's a good dude, a lot of fun. He's an Aussie.
I was going to say English dude.
Yeah, he's a Kiwi. Just a great guy all around. And a friend of Delta Dave's. Yep. And Morgan lives in like the Salt Lake City area. So yeah, but he's got a few really neat 80s. Yeah. That are not stock.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll be camping at Buck Thursday night, and the Forerunner run will continue on to the Springs. And then Nick and I are going to leave Friday morning. I think you too,
Probably, yeah.
to go from Buck Island to the Springs, and then we'll hang out in the Springs and be there Friday evening for the bar, as well as Saturday all day. I'm doing a radio class Saturday, talking about radios and radio communications on the trail on Saturday. And then Saturday evening is the dinner and the raffle. So
right.
It's always a good, fun time. If you guys want to partake in the shenanigans of the raffle that the Forerunner group gets ourselves into, come sit with us.
Yes. It's always fun.
Yes. All right. So that's kind of logistics for Rubathon. Sunday morning is takeoff, and I'll be probably heading up Cadillac. So
yeah. And I'm leaving probably Saturday afternoon, evening time, because my daughter has a show Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So my goal is to get home Saturday night to make the Sunday show.
Yeah.
So if I leave Saturday, it leaves me plenty of time. Whereas if I break down somewhere, or have some sort of trail logistics, I will still have some time to get myself out.
Yeah. Cool. So that's Rubathon logistics next week. And then we should still, I think we've got everything planned out to still keep episodes dropping for you guys on the podcast. So you'll have stuff to listen to while we're out and kind of have a hectic, busy 2 weeks here.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
So
fun little thing, a little update about Bobcat. Well, sort of a little update. I took Bobcat out camping a few weeks ago for my high school, get together camping trip. And so I parked Bobcat on the slab in front of the pad in front of the shop, and my front diff is leaking oil, but my rear diff isn't. So I need to go in and look at my oil levels.
Yeah. Isn't your rear axle the one leaking?
Usually.
Yeah.
So I need to go check that out.
Nice.
It's just how you check things,
if it's leaking, there's still oil in it. That's still
I'm good.
Yeah.
The rear one's not. There's no drips on the ground, so I need to check it out.
Yeah. Let's see, updates. I got the PayPal subscriptions set up on Discord. So
awesome. Good job.
There's a channel under the announcements section. So it's Snail Trail 4x4. And then it goes, I think, Snail Trail 4x4 announcements, and then ways to support the channel.
Okay.
So you should be able to select that ways to support the channel thread. I believe nobody should be able to type in it except you and me.
Okay.
So there's just one post in there, and it's just one post that explains the different ways to support the channel, from leaving us a review on Apple Podcast to the $5 buy us a coffee, keep us caffeinated, to the giveaway tier, the annual subscription for the giveaway tier, and then gift box is that way. So the way it's set up is that there are URLs, so that it says like buy us a coffee tier, and that's a URL, and then it explains what the tier is.
Okay.
So you click on the URL and it takes you to another thread. Now, all these threads should be invisible on the navigation screen. They should never show up for somebody on the navigation panel. But by clicking on it, it should take you to a thing that says, here's a description of that tier, and then the URL to the PayPal subscription to add it and subscribe to that is there on that second screen, that second thread. So, that's the way I have it set up, and the way I planned on it working. Let me know if anybody sees it working differently.
Got it. Yeah. So if you want to support the channel, which is a great kind of segue there, Tyler spent the time to do it on Discord. So if you're a member of ours and you're on the Discord channel, you can go over there to, it's under announcements.
Yep. So on the navigation pane on the left, there's Snail Trail 4x4. And within that podcast area, there's the podcast episodes.
Yes.
So it's an RSS feed that you can click on to view the episodes. There's announcements. If we have any announcements to announce to people, there's how to support us. And then the next section down is like general chatting with everybody.
Right. Okay.
And that's where the general chat is at. The listener rigs is at the treasure hunt.
So it's up
I think
there.
Treasure hunt's up top.
It's up at the top, and I think the welcome one is up at the top
welcome's
too.
up there too. So
yeah, cool. Okay, so you can support us on now Discord, which is really cool. So you can join Discord for free, and you can go on there. And if you choose to support us, you are more than welcome to. We're still going to keep the irate 4x4 thing going. We're not stopping that. It's just another avenue, another way to be able to do it. A lot of people were already on irate 4x4, and Austin worked with us and pretty much convinced us to get off of Patreon and move over to working with him. But and that's been fine, and that works out well. And we just are going to make some other options. I know one person that is not interested in joining the forum. And so now if they are interested in still supporting us, now they have another way to do it.
There you go.
So that works out. So multiple ways to support us. And like Tyler said, probably the best way to support us is to leave us a review over on Apple Podcast. That seems to be, for some reason, like the hub of podcasting and where a lot of people get all their stats from, and how people rank podcasts is all through Apple Podcast. And a lot of people look at reviews. So by leaving us a review, it kind of raises us in the rankings. It promotes us to more people. It puts us in front of other people's eye holes and ear holes in the future once they listen to us. So go leave us a review. If you do leave us a review, you have a chance of winning some good stuff. We typically every 50 podcasts. So once we get to 800, which we're probably pretty close to right now, when we get to 850, 900, 950, and 1,000, we're giving away stuff at every single one of those milestones. So once we get to 800, we're giving away an Onyx Elite membership. Once we get to 850, we're giving away an Onyx Elite membership. And then once we get to 900 reviews, we're giving away $900 of Morphlate gear.
Woohoo!
Super excited for all those things to come.
Yep. There's some really cool stuff coming from on the Morphlate side of things. I have, because of Discord and people have been kind of poking me to figure out where I got my switch panel from that I really like. I have been working now and talking with the factory.
Oh, really? I'll take one.
To make Morphlate switch panels.
Wow. Okay.
So that is in talks and in conversation now. I kind of did a little bit of, after people were asking about it, and I went looking around online to find something similar items, to kind of a little mini market analysis on it. I was like, oh no, we could totally make these and make them at a very reasonable price point for people. So it's those are now on the horizon. So,
I like it.
Yeah.
Can I get mine in yellow?
You can have any color you want as long as it's black.
Okay. Yeah. I can deal with black.
Okay.
Not sure how well green would look inside my rig. But that's great. That's cool to hear. So what are we giving away this month?
This month is an IceCo.
Yeah.
APL 20.
Yes.
So one of their kind of OG fridges. They're doing a lot of really cool stuff in the industry. Their interview is launched, 3 days ago on Monday.
Today.
Today for us, 3 days ago for you guys. So definitely go check that out. There's some really rad stuff that IceCo is doing. And after we were done recording, we stopped recording, Dave kind of spilled the beans and let us know about bunch of the other stuff going on that they're working on. And it's some pretty fucking cool stuff.
Yes,
so definitely pay attention to things that IceCo does here. We do have an APL 20 for you guys. So if you guys want in for that giveaway, make sure you're going to either irate 4x4 or the Discord to sign up to at least the giveaway tier to before the end of the month. We'll cut it off at the end of the day, June 30th. So June 30th, I think 11:59 p.m. is kind of the cutoff. And we will do the drawing for the wiener first week of July.
Yes, we will. So big thanks to IceCo for donating a fridge for somebody, which is a $550, $559 value. Super cool for them to do that. Thanks for Dave to joining us from IceCo. If you haven't listened to that episode yet, go back and listen to it. Really cool history on how IceCo kind of came around, how they started, why their price point is actually lower than some of what we would consider the top tier fridges. Though after this interview, I think it's clear that IceCo is a top tier
For sure.
fridge,
Yeah.
just has a slightly lower price point.
Yeah.
Which is really kind of cool to see. I know that after the interview, we talked about fridges, and I don't own an ice cone fridge, but I own 3 fridges.
Yeah.
And he asked me what I have, and he was like, yeah, definitely one of those is a white label of our fridge.
Yeah.
And I was like, I think I know which one.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it was really kind of cool to know that I kind of own an IceCo. So definitely neat. So if you want a chance to win an ALP20 fridge from IceCo, go over to either Discord or iRate 4x4, sign up for that giveaway tier, the $10 tier there, and you will put your name in the hat to have a chance to win that. So that's really cool.
Yeah. They did launch the Kickstarter on the VPL 45.
Yes.
So that one is such a sexy fridge. It's such a cool concept. The more and more I think about it, the more I look at it, I'm like, dude, this just solves almost all the issues with fridges. Like I can't think of an issue. Like the main issue with fridges is that they take up so much volume and space because you have to open them from the top typically. And that means you can't really ever store things on top of them. So wherever a fridge is, you can't put anything on top. Otherwise, It's a pain in the ass. You have to move it off every time you want to get in and out of the fridge.
And you have to have like a drawer slide.
That's kind of the fix for that problem. You pull the drawer out, but then you need space to pull the drawer out now.
Correct.
So it just takes up a ton of space. Now this one has an integrated drawer built into it, which is pretty cool. You kind of still need the space to pull it out, but it's not as much space as pulling the entire fucking fridge out.
So I looked at the Kickstarter. Did you actually go check it out? It's not actually a drawer that pulls out. You just pull the crate out that's on from the inside.
Yes, but it comes out in the door once the door is down. It has a smooth surface on it designed so that
transition.
It's a transition, so it's smooth pulling the crate out.
Got it. Okay.
So it's not actually like a slide per se, but
it's not a slide. It's not a drawer, but there's always a crate on the inside of those fridges, and I've never understood why. I think the only thing is to keep things off the wall to allow the air to pass through in the fridge.
Air circulation. It's also easy to load up the crate and then take the crate and put it in the fridge.
Yes.
That too. That's what I've always understood them for.
Yeah. So now you can open the face of the small end of the fridge, and then you can pull the crate out.
Yeah.
So
just slide it
on out, which is really neat. Yeah. So when I looked at it, they already had 125 backers.
Yes.
I was like, damn.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it's higher than that now.
I'm sure. I haven't looked at it. I don't know what the top amount is, like what they have it limited to.
Yeah.
But I would imagine they're going to hit it.
Probably.
It's a pretty cool thing, and it's a pretty good price point. I mean, I think with the Kickstarter deal, it brings it like $250 off.
That sounds about right. I think it was like $675 was the basic starting one, which I think you just got a fridge.
Mm-hmm.
And then it went up from there to I think it was about $1,000, but you got a bunch of accessories and other stuff, and the magnet, extra battery, and
too,
all kinds of things. So
can we talk about that battery too? I was talking with the manager team here at Moreflate for a little bit about the battery pack, and like we talked a little bit with Dave about it. From IceCo, and it didn't really like sink in as to how valuable that little battery pack is.
Yeah.
It's a 12 volt in, 12 volt out power source, right? Very simple. And it's, what is it? 250 watt hours.
Yes.
So it's the same amount of usable, power as like Jackery's smallest Jackery, 250 watt hour Jackery.
Yeah.
But it's like a third the size.
Correct.
Of Jackery's smallest. One of the employees was like, it's the size of a Bible. And I'm like, yeah, pretty much. It's
the Bible that's in your hotel room.
Yeah. The Gideon hotel room Bibles. Right.
Yeah.
And so if all you need is a 12 volt power source.
Correct. Yeah.
250 watt hours for $110 is a screaming deal. And I think what I'm thinking about doing is buying that or the next battery pack that they're coming out with. We can't say what it is. They're planning another battery pack. Getting that one, buying one of those, because at $125, like the equivalent Jackery, I want to say is $300 or $400.
Sure.
But the Jackery, it has a 110 inverter built into it.
It's got a bunch of USBs,
a 12 volt outlet socket kind of thing. And that's not what I would want all that for. I would just want an extra little 12 volt to 12 volt battery pack to run 12 volt accessories in the car as a house battery, and then have a DC to DC charger and have a solar in and the alternator in on it.
Okay.
That way, if you shut the car off, that battery can run a fridge or a couple other 12 volt accessories, maybe hook up a 12 volt speaker system to it so you can have your speakers running and not draw the car's power down. And you can run that for 8 to 36 hours, depending on how good you are with energy usage. So I'm seriously thinking about doing that for $110, a 250 watt, just 12 volt power supply. I think it's a screaming deal, and it just magnetizes. So you can just pull off an interior panel and just magnet it to your body panel, right?
That's true.
On the inside, and just hide it away.
That's funny.
So yeah, I think I'm going to end up going that route. So we'll see.
Okay. Yeah. I like the idea. I think it's smart and sleek and, really efficient. And I mean, it's small. So it's a no brainer if that's the direction you want to go. I just already have a few batteries.
Yeah.
That, I have 2 Wagon Tech 500s and one just lives with my fridge, and I can make it a little smaller, but it just is, that's the fridge battery.
Yeah.
And then one is sort of mobile and gets used to like pull it around the campfire to charge your phone or, put it up in the rooftop tent to run the heated mattress pad or do whatever.
Yeah.
And, so that's just, it's been a good flow for us.
Yeah.
So that works out. But I wouldn't be opposed to having a smaller one and just use it. It would just pretty much have to live on a solar panel.
It would. Yeah, exactly. And that would be the whole point, is to just kind of have it as a constant trickle charge on a small 50 watt solar panel, 50 watt panel. So
it's cool. Yeah. So anyways, go listen to that episode. A lot of stuff was, they talked about a lot of things in that episode, a lot of really interesting stuff happening over at IceCo. A lot of things seem to be also kind of disappearing. I don't think he talked about it much, and he kind of meant to. He talked about it afterwards, how their like lifestyle brand stuff is kind of disappearing. They're not re-upping it. They're not going to redo it. They're not maintaining it anymore. They have some inventory still, so they might have some to sell, but they're never going to be bringing chairs and sleeping bags and stuff back. So those are kind of going to be, collector's items maybe one day in the future.
Yeah.
But I think they're really streamlining. They're focusing on fridges and fridge accessories and things to deal with refrigeration and freezers. And that's where they're going to stay in their lane and continue to move forward there.
Cool. Yeah. I'm a big fan of companies niching and, focusing on what they're experts at. It just makes those products get even better and better through time.
Right.
And it really keeps and maintains them as the expert in the indries. So
just like switch panels.
Yeah, that's right. Hey,
more plate
fuck off here. All right.
Gotcha.
I need a power supply for compressors that we're coming out with. All right.
There you go. Sure.
So, yeah.
All right. Well, I think that's pretty much covered everything. I mean, we talked about giveaways. We talked about reviews. We talked about Discord.
Yeah.
And the new things happening over there, and a lot of conversations happening. I hopped on the other day and I was like, oh my gosh, I missed like 50 messages.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of fun. I know that we're well over 100 people now. So that's pretty cool to see the community growing. Maybe we'll have to do some Discord specific things in the future.
Maybe. We're at 130.
Wow.
So 130 people over on Discord right now, hanging out, having a good time.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So, cool. That's this month we have July's giveaway all lined up and ready to go. So
good.
I haven't told Jimmy what it is yet.
I was just thinking to myself when you were talking about the giveaway. Oh, fuck. We need to figure out next month.
Yeah. Well, July's all set, ready to go. It's going to be a cool one. We'll start announcing that as we get closer here to July. Busy summer going on. Lots of off-roading opportunities for everybody out there. So hopefully you're having a good time. I guess, should we take a quick break then and then tell everybody how our weekend was?
Let's do it.
All right. Grab your favorite drinks, grab some Pormosa, and we'll be right on back with the shenanigans that we got ourselves into this weekend.
Hey guys, I love going out wheeling and I love playing in the outdoors, and one of the main tools I rely on for all of the activities is onX Off-Road. onX keeps me in the know, it keeps me on the trails, and it keeps me from getting lost so that I can make it back home to my family and friends. There's tons of tools and data available for outdoor activities on the app that helps you plan your next trip, and it helps keep the adventures rolling. Start your free trial over at onxmaps.com.
Well, welcome back, ladies and gentleladies, to today's What in the Butt is going on? What's been happening with Jimmy and I? I have a couple of things. I have an update on Fiona.
Okay.
And I have an update on kind of what I did this weekend and what happened.
Yeah.
Why there's a hole in the camper now.
Yeah, I'm curious about that.
Yeah. So what were you up to? What kind of stuff?
Not a whole lot. We did. Shall I just start, I guess?
Sure. Go for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was a lot of lifestyle, life living weekend for us. A lot of things happening this weekend, not necessarily automotive related. Except for one on Saturday morning. So
okay.
If I didn't write that one down, so let me write Model T.
Oh.
Down on that.
Okay.
So let's see. So this was one of those weekend. It wasn't a weekend of everything. We like to call the weekend of everything where it's just there's so many things happening that you can't do some of the things.
Mm-hmm.
This was just a very busy weekend where there was just a lot going on and we actually were able to complete everything.
Okay.
But it was things happening from the mini assistant side and the assistant side and very few of my side things.
Mm-hmm.
But mainly it all started coming to head on Thursday. And I had to call Hustle Nuts and be like, dude, I can't work on Samantha this week. I just have too much stuff going on. And it was like the assistant had a dance. She had a dance recital on Thursday. The mini assistant needed to get picked up from somewhere. I forgot where she was. And then I had bonsai on Thursday. And it was just all these things sort of all happening at once.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, I'm sorry. There's no time on this day that you can swing by and stop and say, hey, and we can just sort of talk things over. And then, we can spend an hour and then go do our own things. And he was like, I'll just meet you another week. And I was like, sounds good. So, nothing really on Samantha's front, but I did get some parts in. So I got some parts in from, Wheel Every Weekend.
Okay.
Because when I originally ordered the shocks, 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Who knows? It was like, I don't know when I ordered them, 5-6 years ago. I didn't really tear them apart or look at them I have yet to tear them apart, but I didn't open the box to look inside of everything. And I was missing some coilover stuff, like the little plastic thing that goes between the two coilovers in the middle and one of the top hats. And there's just a bunch of random stuff. They were used coils originally. And I bought them off of him used, and they just not all the things came.
Yeah.
And so I messaged him back and I was like, hey, I know this has been, years ago, but I don't have everything. And it could be my fault. It could have been just a mistake on one of our ends, but can you help me solve this? I don't know exactly what I need. You're the Bill Sting guy.
Yep.
You know what I need. Here's what I have. And I sent him a photo of everything. Here's the part numbers. And he's like, yeah, I got it. And then, so he sent me the rest of those parts. So now I have all the coilover stuff I have. He also sent me a shirt and something called like the shock dock, I think. So I don't know if he's changing from Wheel Every Weekend.
Rebranding or something?
Yeah.
All
So
right.
I sent him a message going who's the shock dock? And he never responded back to me.
Okay.
So yeah, not sure if he has or a side business to maybe
probably
build
to focus on the shocks kind of thing.
I'm not
better SEO.
Yeah,
we're good.
Sure. Then Wheel Every Weekend.
Yeah.
So I got parts in for the coilovers. So now I have all the parts that I need for the coilovers. I got a frame bracket for the power steering, or for the power steering box.
Okay.
Right. Cause I couldn't find one. If I ever had one, I don't know where it went. The frame, brackets that I have to frame stiffeners don't have that built in. So I just went over to, Yoda Masters and bought one from Front Range Off-Road off of the Yoda Masters website.
Mm-hmm.
And that came within like damn near 24 hours. It was nuts.
Wow.
Yeah, super quick. It was one of those, like I ordered it in like the same day and then it was shipped up in like no time at all. So
Nice. Good on them.
yeah,
That's good.
That was perfect. They obviously had it in stock, so that worked out well. And then, so I got the coilover stuff from Wheel Every Weekend. I got the frame mat bracket for the power steering box. And then I got one other thing, which I'm not allowed to talk about.
Oh.
Because it came from Trail Hero X.
Oh.
I'll tell you later.
Okay.
So, it had to do with a competition.
Oh.
So I can't talk about it.
Oh, I see. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you think hard enough, you might figure it out.
I'm going to hurt myself, I think, hard enough right now.
And somebody might be able to read into that, and hopefully you don't think too much. But anyways, so yeah, I got 3 things for Samantha.
Nice.
All came in. I think the thing from Trail Hero X I'm going to use on Samantha. I could put it on Bobcat, but I think I'll design it into Samantha. I think it'll be a little better.
Nice.
Yeah, and that's the Samantha thing. So that's everything for in regards to Thursday. Friday was another dance recital. It was sort of I did a whole bunch of things on Thursday. Like was working on the website. Oh, I put the Ford stuff finally online on Snail Armor.
Good.
So there's a 2nd gen Raptor.
Okay.
F-150s, and I think it's 13th gen or 14th gen F-150s.
Regular, yeah.
So those are online now, and I think I have 5 of those in stock. And then I put the OBS Fords online.
Rad.
Finally. Yeah.
So you launched 3 new panels?
No.
Or those are Raptor and the
Raptor and the F-150 are the same thing.
Okay.
And then the OBS. And I do still have, I have 1st gen Tundras.
Mm-hmm.
I just have never put them online because I found out that 1st gen Tundras actually have 2 different tailgate sizes.
Oh,
That's
annoying.
The double cab tailgates are taller than the extra cab and single cabs.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I haven't found, and I haven't dug hard into it, but I haven't found a good way to like make somebody click a box going, yes, I have a double cab.
Yeah.
Because I don't want somebody to be like, they're the same thing. Why is he marketing only as double cab? And then I send it out to him and they go, this doesn't fit.
Yeah.
And then I have to bring it back to me and then I'm out all the money.
Gotcha.
In shipping stuff. So
there's got to be a way to do a variant then where it's Tundra, right? Tundra, 1st gen Tundra, but then you select which one you have, double cab or extended short one.
probably.
And that way it doesn't let you submit that product into your shopping cart until you select one of those.
Yes.
So.
Yeah. I just think that most people are going to be like, it's the same thing,
yeah.
you know, and I just need to do my SEO and the wording saying like, you know, I really kind of wanted like a pop-up box going, single cabs and double cabs are 2 different size tailgates. Yeah. If just acknowledge that you are selecting this so that when you send me a picture going, this tailgate doesn't fit, it's too long, I'd be like, you click the damn box.
Yeah.
I'd still have to send it back to myself, but
I don't know if there's a way you could do like the product photo, like the first product photo that comes up shows that there's 2 different heights
maybe
on them.
Yeah.
And make that stand out clear somehow. Cause everyone's visual, right? No one's going to read shit. Nobody reads anything. So
I need to figure out a good way to do that.
Yeah.
And I need to get the 1st gen single cab and access cab done. So then I can actually just say when somebody clicks which one they have, they can get it instead of being, this guy's an idiot. There's one tailgate.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I did a whole bunch of that on Thursday. Friday was sort of like a lazy day. It was weird until kind of the afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
But Friday, and the assistant has a cold, and the mini assistant definitely was sick.
Mm.
And I've been like totally fine the whole time. I'm like, what's wrong with your guys' immune systems?
Yeah.
And so they've been kind of down for the count a little bit, just sort of being lazy themselves.
Mm-hmm.
But Friday I went around Loomis and I tied these red ribbons off on a bunch of trees and bushes and things in people's front yards where they have barn quilts.
Okay.
So my mother and some other ladies in the Loomis community started this barn quilt tour.
Mm-hmm.
And there's something like 18 barn quilts up in Loomis, Penryn, Newcastle area.
Yeah.
and there was a Model T group
Oh,
going to do the barn quilt tour.
okay.
And so we were putting red ribbons all over the place.
So they know which house to
So
stop
they
in front
kind of had a
the
good
properties.
idea of where a good place to stop and
View.
view from.
Okay.
was. Yeah. And then the assistant had a dance recital, ballet recital on. She had one on Thursday night and Friday night.
Nice.
And so we went and watched the Friday night one.
Okay.
Because Thursday, that's what it was. The mini assistant had theater and I had bonsai. And the assistant had dance all at the same time. And it was one of those logistics. Like I had to take the mini assistant to theater, come home. Then I went and picked my mom up to go to bonsai. And then in that time, the assistant was at her recital, but got done in time to go get the mini assistant from theater because I was still at bonsai. It was it was a logistical craziness.
Yeah.
There. So Friday was sort of chill. We did the dance at night. I did the red ribbons. Saturday morning was fairly relaxed, but the Model Ts were coming around.
Okay.
So many of times I would step outside and there's a barn quilt on front of the shop, right? Where I do for Snail Trail 4x4, where I do the snail armor stuff and where I'm working on Samantha and everything. So I'd go over there and just watch these Model Ts driving around. It was really kind of cool. A few of them stopped in. I talked to a few of them. I had parked Bobcat right on the pad, right in the front. And so a lot of them were asking questions like, oh, do you work on vehicles? And I'd be like asking them questions right back. Like what all did you have to do to restore this? You know? So it was a lot of fun talking to them and seeing them come by. Probably 6 to 8 swung by in a fairly short period of time. And then I heard more drive by, but I wasn't out. And I think somewhere like 50 of them were driving around the community.
Wow.
Yeah. So that was pretty neat. And then that like 1:00, the assistant had another dance recital. This time it was tap for her other dance class, excuse me. So she did that. And then I was like, I'm hungry. Like we didn't eat. We ate breakfast and we haven't had lunch. So we decided to go to Monk's. And then we ate lunch at Monk's. And then when we came home, we're just like, we're done. Like, that was the day. And so we laid low almost all day. I went up and started doing some work. Oh, my phone's been freaking out. I don't know. I downloaded an update. And ever since then, it was like my phone would be so delayed. And it was around this time, right? So like I'd hit the Instagram button and it would take like a minute for it to open up. You know, and when you're waiting for something to open up, it seems like forever. And it would repeat it, or it would restart itself and do like a system update like 2 to 3 times a day.
Jeez.
Yeah, it was crazy. So Saturday afternoon, like when we got home after Monk's, I completely formatted my phone.
Okay.
Yeah, and started fresh and downloaded everything, and pretty much ever since then it's been working fine. So I don't know. There must have been an app or something conflict with the system update or whatever it was. But I've heard a few other people of having this problem too.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I did some research online, and they're like, clear your cache, do these things, you know. And I tried some of them, and I used Alfred, my AI guy, to help clarify some things, and none of them really worked. And I was like, fuck it. And so like I tried to download all my photos. Yeah. And it would like wasn't syncing with my computer. And it like I'd go to my photos button. And it was like, you have 0 bytes in your photos folder. And I'm like, no. And I think it was just timing out. Like it just wasn't running fast enough. And so most all of my photos are always backed up to the cloud anyway. So I just was like, fuck it. So I just formatted the phone and started over. Wow. And so that was a lot of Saturday night, was me working on my phone again. And it's funny, I still don't have Saturday night to today, I don't have Instagram on my phone. And I was kind of like, it's been kind of nice.
It's kind of nice. Yeah.
Let's see. So that was Saturday. And then Sunday I went to the theater and the mini assistants theater, and I worked on stage setup for her show and for the next show. And that was, got there at 10 and left at 5. I was there all day working on raising the floor, building a scaffolding, building a staircase up to the scaffolding, and building another step, and just a bunch of some fairly large projects. we were raising the floor because we were building this big turn wheel, right? Yep. And so like we were trying to figure out a way to get the wheel to turn at one point. So then we raised the floor, but then when we put the scaffolding in, it was in a slightly different place than anticipated.
Mm-hmm.
And so like there was no bracing from the floor down to the floor, from the raised floor down to the normal floor for where the scaffolding foot was. So I had to pull the floor up
to add something in there,
to add new bracing in. Yeah. Then I could put the floor down. Then I could start building the scaffolding.
Wow.
So it was a lot of work.
Yeah.
But that was my weekend. It was just, there was days where there was a lot of stuff happening. Then there was days when it was pretty chill so that the family could kind of lay low.
Mm-hmm.
The mini assistant has been playing a bunch of she downloaded a Harry Potter Hogwarts game on the Switch, and the assistant got billed for the Nintendo online thing fee.
Okay.
It's an optional thing, but she did not click the don't pay. Don't repeat pay.
Yep.
So she's like, oh, $50. Where'd this come from? And she's like, oh, it's the Nintendo online. So she's like, I'm going to go use it. So she's been playing Wind Waker from the Dreamcast. I think was on the Dreamcast. It was the Zelda game on Dreamcast.
Okay.
So she's been playing that game. She's like, I always enjoyed that game, so I'm going to go play it again. So she's been playing that game. Mini Assistant's been playing the Harry Potter game.
Yeah.
And I've been fixing with my phone.
Nice.
Yeah.
Zelda. I think Zelda's coming out with a movie, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So that'll be really interesting to see how
Nintendo has been is coming out with a few movies. So they released the original. They released Super Mario Brothers a while ago, and now they released another Super Mario Brothers.
Okay.
Just fairly recently, and they are releasing a Zelda.
It's a live action Zelda, though, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. That'll be really cool.
Yeah.
Harry Potter is doing a HBO series.
Yeah.
Which I'm really excited about.
Me too.
Because that essentially turns every movie that was 2.5 hours long into an 8-hour at minimum.
Yeah, it's more or less a season.
It's a season, right? So now you get to learn, you get to have more of the side quest stories, right?
Yeah.
More of the extra things, a lot more of the Quidditch matches. Like,
I
think there's going to be so much more they're going to be able to do with 8 hours to tell the story of a book rather than 2 hours.
Oh, for sure.
So,
and there's always there's more stuff happening in a book than there is in the movies. Did you read the books?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Cause I know that I audio book listen to them.
Yeah.
I don't know how to read. And obviously by the joke at the end of this podcast, you go listen to it. But, yeah, I mean, there's all kinds of things that happened in the books that didn't happen in the movies.
Yep.
And so I'm excited for that. I was telling the mini assistant that we should all read the first book before we watch
the series. Yeah.
And she was like, I'm down for that. Because she's watched all the movies, but hasn't read all the books.
Yeah.
And so, speaking of that, we started watching Back to the Future.
Oh, okay.
And so we watched Back to the Future 1, the original, and we watched half of Back to the Future 2, the one where they go to the future, and with the mini assistant, just because it's like, this is a movie, like you need to watch this. This is one from our past.
Yeah.
You know, and it was funny because when they're like, oh, let's watch Back to the Future, I'm like, yeah, well, I'm so excited. I want to watch that. And they're like, why? I'm like, 1985 Toyota pickup. They're like, what are you talking about? And then when the very beginning, they pull it out.
People.
Yeah. I'm like, come on, family, you know. But yeah, so that was kind of funny. But it's funny to watch. Like the mini assistant was completely adamant about not watching it. Right. It's an old movie. It has horrible graphics. You know, like I don't want to watch any of that old stuff. And by the end of the first movie, she was like, can we start number 2? Let's start it. And
it's such a timeless movie, pun intended, I guess. It's such a timeless movie. I don't know. It makes you conceptualize time and space and with these really fun little storylines, but amongst it all. So.
Yeah. And fun characters that you can kind of relate to and think are quirky and silly and, you know, you can enjoy their humor and stuff. So yeah, it's definitely as a fun series. So we're looking forward to getting through most of those those with her, at least through the third one.
Yeah.
I don't think they did anything really after number 3, or
No.
a spin-off of some sort.
Not that I'm aware of.
So our summer goals is to do at least Back to the Future trio. I really want to do, and I don't know if it's going to be possible, but I really want to do Lord of the Rings
Okay.
with her.
The extended cuts.
I mean, I'm down for it. I am totally down for it. But I think Harry Potter is more in line with something she's interested in. So I also want to try to do like, let's all read the book
And then watch a movie.
and then watch the movie. And then I don't know when the HBO series comes out, but we want to watch that
December.
as well. Okay.
It's like right on Christmas, the day before Christmas, something like that is what it's slated for, which I thought was weird because they always release the movies around Thanksgiving, on Thanksgiving.
Did
Like,
they?
There was over half of the movies were released on Thanksgiving. Yeah. Because I remember that was one of the things I did Thanksgiving Day for a few years.
Yeah.
Went to each of the movie releases on Thanksgiving Day. So
Thanksgiving's always a big movie release time. So yeah, that's kind of our summer in a nutshell so far. I mean, it's been crazy and chaotic and, but we've got some fun little plans. And as you heard at the beginning of the episode, there's a lot of stuff coming this summer. So we're excited for it.
Well, cool. Summer is it's going to be busy. I'm trying to do more wheeling and camping, and the more and more that Reed goes outside, the more he's having fun with it. So trying to do as much of that as we can. But this weekend we got to go outside.
Yay.
Before the weekend, I dropped off Fiona with Brad over at Hot Metal Fab.
Okay.
Brad is redoing the rear swing out for me.
Okay, great.
So I've always been planning to go to him to have the molly panels built and mounted to the swing out. But the swing out is having a lot of troubles right now. It's having a lot of problems, was having a lot of problems. So
besides rubbing
that's
on the door,
the main issue is the big time rubbing, right? But after the last couple of trips I've taken, I'm like, this is getting like real. This is way worse than, and it just seems to be getting worse and worse.
Okay.
There was at one point when I had the Rotopacks full, on the Friday, I went to the Rubicon and to the Soup Bowl and back out at the Reed, where I went to close the swing out and they started making contact with the back door while there was still like an inch and a half to go before the latch was in position to latch the tag.
Is it bending?
No, it's the Rotopacks. Rotopacks are...
They're swelling
essentially in heat, especially with heat and being full of liquid.
Right. And California doesn't allow venting.
If California doesn't allow venting. So it was that they were ballooning out that much. So, so Brad took the rear swing out and cut it off, cut the spindle off, cut the latching mechanism off of that side. And, as far as I don't know exactly how he did it, but what we talked about was, putting a plate down so that everything could just be moved out away from the body about 2 inches.
Okay.
As like an inch and a half, 2 inches, somewhere around there. So we talked about putting a plate down on the mounting areas for the spindle and the latching mechanism. And then just have that plate extend out, 2 inches or so, and then find creative, good ways to gusset the plate as it hangs over the mounting areas. Right.
Okay.
And so he goes, okay, cool. Yeah, it should be fairly easy, straightforward. Not too big of a problem. So he said that he was surprised and it was breaking his head because he mounted the spindle 2 inches, 2.5 inches, 2 or 2.5 inches further away from the vehicle from where it was. And he said he only had about a half an inch to an inch of clearance once he closed it. And I was like, you'll probably be okay there, but he goes, I just don't get it. How is it that far off? And I was like, I don't know. They didn't realize how swollen Rotopacks get, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, it was all measured originally with cold, empty,
brand new Rotopacks. Yeah. Yeah.
And now that they've been used and had fuel in them and they've swollen from heat and cycle use and they've grown.
Yeah. Same. So anyways, Brad should be fixing and completing that today because he goes on vacation tomorrow. So he goes, I'm getting this done by end of day Monday. I'll give you a call once it's all set.
Okay.
He said that he's doing some other things to the car.
Uh-oh.
But he didn't tell me what. And I was like, okay, I trust you, Brad. So knowing Brad, I don't know if he's putting
phallic
phallic
things.
symbols all over because he likes calendars like that, and he does that with stuff or something else. So we'll see what surprises he has in store when I pick up the car. I don't know, should be fun. But I'm really excited. It should have a big old Morphlate logo in the center of the swing out, just underneath the chainsaw, and with Molly panels on either side.
Cool.
And then I've decided my axes. I have a wood splitting axe and then a felling axe.
Yeah.
So wood splitter and then a chopping axe, I guess is felling axe, whatever. Felling, chopping, same thing. That I want to have on the swing out as well. So once the Molly panel and the logo is on there, I'll find a way to hook up and bolt in some axe holders that are quick access, and I can put the axes and store them on there rather than have them stored inside the cargo area and possibly cutting things.
Yes,
So,
sure.
So that'll be really nice. Once that's all done, I get to pick it up today, and we'll see what the surprises are that he said that he's going to do.
Yeah. Well, when we're done recording, we'll maybe just give him a call, see if you need a ride up that way.
Maybe. Yeah, that'd be cool. So we'll see. I got to check in with him on that. I'm really excited to have the swing out done. Once the swing out is done, there will be 3 things left that I need to do to Fiona to kind of fix things and get it to where it should be in order to be considered, in my opinion, a reliable and capable off-roading vehicle.
Sure.
Rock crawling vehicle.
Okay.
One is the rear diff. That's the next priority.
Correct. Yeah.
But I have to wait until Jason gets back from his vacation. So that will be the first couple weeks of July, I think, when that gets done.
Do we need to call both of these guys and tell them that they're not allowed to go on vacation at the same time?
That would be really nice. I mean, come on, guys. Jesus. So yeah, Jason gets back at like the June 28, 27, I think, something like that. So we'll do the rear end of Fiona, the first week of July, I think, first 1 week or 2 weeks of July. After that rear end is all done, nobody has messaged me yet about the 10 1/4 rear axle
Being
a bad axle. Why should I just swap it out to a 10 1/2? Right. So I think I'm going to keep the 10 1/4. It's shaved. It's a strong axle. It's on a spindle, which I'm not too thrilled about. But we'll, whatever. If I want to upgrade in the future, I'll swap into a 10 1/2 at some point. I don't know when.
Yeah.
Once I break something drastic, I'll swap in a 10 1/2. So I got the rear diff, the rear diff and locker, and everything to do. And then I need to look into the steering. So I need to call Eric at Radio Dynamics, our buddy over there, and talk with him about steering. He has a couple of ideas. I think that the thing that we're going to be doing is going to a bigger pulley, and then putting in one of his pressure relief valve or pressure return valves systems into it.
Okay.
So that, obviously if you do a bigger pulley, you're going to get more flow. You're going to get more pressure out of your power steering system at lower RPMs, which is really what I'm trying to go for. But then that also happens at higher RPMs.
Right.
And so if you have a rock crawler that goes on the freeway with a large pulley on your power steering pump, and everything in your power steering system gets very, very hot when you drive it on the freeway because you are moving the fluid around that much more. So with his pressure return system, it takes and runs your whole power steering system at a specific pressure, and any more fluid that's trying to go in the system just gets diverted once it reaches that pressure point, diverted directly from the pump in, and it goes out to the filter area, the filter housing, and then it just reverts back to your reservoir rather than going through the whole power steering system.
Okay.
So I think that's going to be the fix. I might also go to a regular bore ram because I don't know why. I don't know if I like the feeling of full hydro with a mechanical linkage in the system. I don't know. I really like the way Kermit's steering is set up. And I really like the way Kermit's steering behaves. So if I can mimic that, on Fiona, that would be the way to go. The main problem that is a deal breaker right now is that at rock crawling RPMs, when you're just idling around, there's no power steering whatsoever
On Fiona.
Right. And once you get to about 1,000 RPMs, then it's like full hydro. It's an on off. There's no in between. And so if I can get more fluid and have the hydro assist work at rock crawling idling RPMs, I think that's the main goal right now, and do it without burning everything up on the freeway. So the secondary goal will be the feel of the system, and whether once that problem is solved, am I going to like the kind of large bore ram that's on it and have that kind of full hydro feel to it? Or do I want to be able to feel the resistance so that when I bind up the steering, I don't just snap steering linkages?
Right.
So that'll be the next step after I fix the main problem. So that'll be the next thing, is the steering. After that, I'm going to take Fiona to Phil Licardi, Shock Jesus, and get everything tuned properly. I think the shocks work really, really well right now. The shocks, I really like the way the shocks are set up. Greg over at Rock and Road did a fantastic job with them. I met Greg finally while I was dropping Fiona off at Brad's. So I got to say hi to him and kind of,
he's a good dude.
I said thank you for doing those, and they worked out great on Trail Hero X, and kind of explained to him that, and he goes, perfect. That sounds good. But Phil, I'm going to go to really get the coils and the spring rates and all that tuned in properly for what I'm looking for. So that'll be the third thing. And once that is done, then Fiona, I think, is going to be at where the rig should be, in my opinion.
Okay.
After that, then it'll be doing the valve body.
Got it.
On the transmission.
I was going to ask where's that
so
in the line?
That'll be the next step. Yeah, is doing the valve body on the transmission. So, yeah, that's Fiona right now. I did get the Lee Limbs Wolf Box mount.
Yes.
Installed on Fiona.
Yeah. You talked about a little bit about that last week.
Yeah. And I really like it. It makes everything super clean. And it's working well, and combined with the chase lighting from Lumberjack Engineering at nighttime. I really like the way that's all set up right now.
Cool.
So I've gotten a few days to kind of drive around with it all, and I like it a lot. So
good.
Let's see. This weekend we were supposed to originally go camping with some friends out at a lake. In Nevada. And the friends had something come up, so we ended up not doing that, but we still wanted to go swimming somewhere and get out of the heat.
Sure.
Because we're having this really big heat wave coming through Northern California right now. And it was 101, 102 at my house.
Yeah. Sounds
on
about right.
Friday and Saturday, I believe. So Sunday I was like, I can't be down here. I need to go up to the mountains.
Yeah.
So we escaped. We took the dually, the Ford, and the camper, the Lance, up the hill, and found a little swim spot that I've been wanting to try and find for a while. And it's this really cool, almost like a mini University Falls spot.
Okay. I heard very briefly you describing it. So it sounds similar to that. Yeah.
It's pretty neat. It's a haul to get up to it, though. You would think it's around the Mormon immigrant area.
Yeah.
So you would think it would only take 1 to maybe 2 hours at most to get to it. It took us almost 3 hours.
Dang.
Granted, we were in the truck and camper. So a lot of those kind of back road systems around Mormon Immigrant Trail are just single lane, tight, windy roads, and you just can't go fast in the truck and trailer, truck and camper. So that it did take a while for us to get back there from there. I think from the time we got off of Mormon Immigrant Trail, it was about an hour and 10 minutes to get to the swim spot.
Wow. So it's kind of like the undisclosed location. It's like an hour drive on the pavement and then 2 hours off pavement.
Yeah. That's a good way of thinking about it. So, but it was a really cool spot. It's this spot where there's a big granite just spot where this creek flows down through, and it creates this little mini waterfall, but it's not really a waterfall. It's more like a water slide. And there's like kind of 3 or 4 different water slide lines you can take on it to get dumped into this pool. And I never hit the bottom of the pool.
Awesome.
So I'm like, I don't know how deep this is. I never went to explore the bottom to try to get an idea of how deep it was, but I never hit the bottom coming off of the slides.
How warm was the water?
It wasn't 45, 50 degrees cold.
Okay.
But I would venture to say 55 to 60 in that range. So nice, cool, brisk for sure when you first get in, but it was definitely something you can get used to when it's 85 degrees outside, air temperature.
Yeah.
But that was really neat. Really cool little spot. There's a great, there's a campsite like right there at the location too.
Oh.
Just downstream of the falls.
Like dispersed camping?
No, an actual campground.
Oh, cool.
And there's a camp host at it.
Oh.
Yeah. And and so we went and drove through the campground real quick. I'm like, that would be freaking sick to come and set up at this campground here for a weekend.
Yeah.
Take a 3-day weekend, come down here, hang out, and then go play at the swim hole all the days. So there's 13 campsites at the campground, and like 9 of them are along the creek bed.
Nice.
The creek there. So I think we're definitely going to be going back to that one in the future here for a long weekend camping spot. But the downside to getting back there is you're driving right through the middle of the Caldor burn scar to get back there, right?
Okay. Yeah.
And so there's just a ton of trees, and they've done a lot of trimming and trimmed out a lot of hazard trees and cleared a lot of the main roads 200 feet back from the road.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So you're not going to have that many issues with trees. But there's not a whole lot of shade at all as you're driving down there. Once you're down there, the fire didn't get down into that area. So there's plenty of shade, a lot of greenery down in that area where the campground and the swim hole is. But a lot of the roads to get back there had trees down on them, and people have come through and cleared paths through the down trees, like with chainsaws, but they did them barely big enough for a regular car.
Yeah.
Let alone a dually with a camper on it.
Sure.
And I didn't bring my chainsaw with me for some reason. I should have, like, thinking about it, I'm like, that would have been super nice to have. I know I'm going to be driving through the Caldor burn scar, but I just didn't think about it. And so I didn't have the chainsaw with me. And there was a lot of places where people clearly chainsawed the tree and pulled the tree out of the road, but like they only did it wide enough for
a Camry,
maybe a half-ton truck.
Yeah.
And so I was like, so this is my vent for the day.
Sure.
Right. My rant for the day. If you're going to cut a tree out of a road, cut the tree out of the whole fucking road. Don't just cut it out big enough for
you to get through.
Exactly. So there's my rant for the day, because what happens next comes directly because of this.
And what happened next, Tyler?
I got through a couple of tight squeezes. That it was fine. There was, 2 to 3 inches on either side of the truck, and I was like, whatever. I know how to handle 2 to 3 inches. Giggity.
Especially on each side.
Yes. That means you got 5 to 6 inches ready to go. Ready? So anyways, got through the couple of tight squeezes. There was one though that was like a tight squeeze on a turn.
Okay.
And being a dually with another 4 feet of ass sticking out of the dually from the camper, the inside of the turn, which was the driver's side, got really tight, and it got to the point where the jacks hit the log that was there.
Okay. Wow.
And I was like, whatever, not too big of a concern. The jacks are securely bolted. It's not a big ass tree, and it was only like part way in, and it was kind of broken. So I was like, if I hit the log, shouldn't be too much of an issue. It'll just kind of push the log a little bit, and I'll be able to make through. Well, it pushed the log, and when it did it, it pushed and rotated the log.
Ooh.
And a branch came up that I didn't see and poked into the side of the camper. And then I was like, it doesn't look like, from my vantage point, it didn't look like it was really poking in. It just looked like it was maybe rubbing the side. And I was like, it should just pivot as it's going now, right?
Okay.
And so I was like, I'm just going to keep going.
Yeah.
And that's not what it did. It did not pivot. It did not move out of the way. It poked a hole in the side of the camper.
Dug itself in.
It dug into the camper and speared it good, like a old, I don't know, what are those people called? The Stone Age person, a Neanderthal trying to spear a mastodon or a mammoth. That's what I'm looking for. Thank you.
Okay.
So anyways, there's a big hole in the side of the camper now. it definitely destroyed the exterior wall, broke the skin, broke the plywood, broke the insulation, and it's right underneath the service receptacle for the power line, right? The 120 volt power, house shore power coming out of the camper.
Got it.
So there is the wall of the camper is 8 inches, 10 inches thick right there at that point, because it's also like right underneath the stove. So I think the stove is right on the other side of the power receptacle there. And so that didn't go through the full 10 inches and get into the stove.
It didn't get into the cab.
Correct.
Or into the inside,
interior.
into the interior. Yeah.
But the exterior is definitely fucked.
Yes.
So, I was like, well, I've never had to patch the exterior wall of a Lance before, a camper. So I have no clue what the process is. My thought process is you cut out the bad broken plywood section, you cut out new plywood to kind of fit perfectly into that spot. And then I don't know how you connect the two together. Put some flat strap on and screw them in.
Yeah.
With some button head screws, super glue them in, caulk them in. I don't know what the right process is. So I need to research that. It needs new insulation in that area too. And then the big problem is with Lances, after I think 2004, they started putting a skin on the exterior rather than like paneling on the exterior.
Sure.
So in order to redo that skin, you really got to redo the entire side of the camper.
Or else you end up with a patch.
You end up with a patch and possible water intrusion where the seams of that patch are, right? So you really need to reskin the entire side of the camper in order to do it properly.
Sure.
And I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
That sucks. So Ben, though, shipping manager, Moreflight Ben, came up with a pretty good nifty idea, though. They have access hatches, doors that you can buy for RVs for all sorts of different sizes of things, right?
Okay.
So the thought is, cut out the plywood, the dead plywood, and then figure out what size closest hatch door we can find that'll fit that size, and then cut the hole to the size of a door that we find. And then put in a sheet metal box inside of it, and then fill the exterior layer using the hatch door. Then your power line is in that box. Now you're essentially extending the size of your power receptacle, power line box.
Yeah.
So now you can use that whole box area there for more than just storing the power line, or maybe you want to store a couple power lines or put some power adapters in there, whatever it is.
You need an extension cord.
An extension cord.
Yeah.
So you're essentially making that storage compartment, I'll be tripling the size of it.
Right.
If I can find a door that works well. So
yeah, that's a great idea.
I was like, I really like that idea. And I won't have to reskin it. Everything should just stay sealed as long as we get the door to seal properly to the skin, which is easy to do with caulking. So with caulk, and I think it'll be a much easier fix now than what I was originally dreading, and more functional, which I'm a big fan of.
For sure.
So
yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah. So that'll be nice. I need to make sure I do it before it starts raining ever.
Well, you got some time.
It's a little bit of time to figure that out. Yep. But yeah, so I'm feeling much better now because Ben is a smart dude and I'm really happy with that. So that'll be good. Yeah, we ended up going out there. We left home at like 10 and got back around 7:30 PM.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
I will say
that was a day trip.
It was a day trip. Yeah, we did not do any camping. We just stayed as a day trip. Saturday, I took the kid out on the bicycle again. Yeah. So we have that little shotgun seat where he rides in front of me. And he's afraid to get on the bike at first, but as soon as you get him up there, he just gets so amped. It's so hilarious. As soon as I got him up there and got his feet kind of on the pegs, he started like jumping up and down going, more bumpies, Dad.
Yeah.
So he wants to go up and down the curbs in the area, in the neighborhood, and then every single speed bump. As soon as he sees a speed bump from down the street, he'll point at it and go, more bumpies, Dad, faster. All right, dude, here we go. So I'm happy to report that he's absolutely loving that shotgun seat now. We took him out to a little area. That I don't know what it's a water area that is not part of the main river, the Sacramento River here, but I think it's a canal. I don't know what it's used for because the water is obviously not moving and flowing, but there's a ton of wildlife in there.
Yeah. Just a wetlands area.
It's like a little wetlands area. Yeah. And there's a bunch of turtles.
Oh, cool.
So swimming around, there was a bunch of geese in there. Yeah. When we went too. So, we got to show him turtles and he got a big kick out of the turtles and the geese. So that was neat. I think I'm going to start playing some tennis again.
Good.
Which will, I think, be really nice. I found a group of guys that were playing at the some courts in the neighborhood. They're really nice courts with lights. And I went up to them and asked them, and I was chatting with them a little bit, and they're about the same level as what I should be able to keep up with them just fine.
Okay.
So it's
minus your cardio.
Minus the cardio. Well, yeah, we'll see how that goes. I got to work into that one. But they're super friendly. They're like, yeah, come over anytime. We've always got people out here. We're always rotating through playing and people taking a break, etc. I was like, okay, cool. So I got their number. That was nice. And then
good. I'm glad you found a group because I was worried that you were going to ask me to play. And I can hit the ball back.
Okay. This whole running while sliding on concrete and hitting at the same time is a little more difficult of a concept.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I think I do. I would learn to do pretty well, but I never really played tennis growing up. So
it's just, it's amazing how much overall coordination it takes. I mean, if you think about playing golf, right? You're trying to do everything and make your whole body move in this one repeated way every single time as efficiently as possible. You're doing that while also running and sprinting and doing suicides the whole time. Yeah. Forwards, backwards, side to side, every which direction. So it's kind of it's a mind fuck.
Yeah.
Playing tennis. So
yeah.
Anyway, so I'm excited to give that a shot and see how these guys are. They seem super nice, but we'll see how their play level is.
Right.
And then there was something else that happened. I don't remember what it was. I guess it wasn't important enough.
Yeah. Well, you're talking about tennis. It reminded me of the World Cup.
Oh yeah.
I've been watching a lot of World Cup games, just doing things. I'm a huge soccer fan.
Yeah.
I love the sport. I grew up playing. I'm a Sacramento Republics season ticket holder since season 1.
Mm-hmm.
Forever. I'm stoked with everything they're doing. So I'm totally into watching World Cup games. And the USA did fantastic in their open match.
Sweet.
They won 4-1.
Okay.
One of the goals was an own goal. So they
bummer.
played Paraguay and Paraguay scored on themselves.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it wasn't.
Wah, wah.
Yeah. So we scored 3 of the 4 goals.
Okay.
Yeah. But technically the 4 goals that were scored, it's the most that USA has ever scored in a World Cup game. So that's kind of interesting. But man, it's just fun to see the World Cup happening. It's like the Olympics, right? It's the world is coming together for an event, and it's not rage, it's not anger, it's not war. It's all peace and enjoyment and the fun of the game. And there might be some love and hate in it with, like somebody lost or somebody, there was a foul called that shouldn't have been called or whatever. But I don't like some of the things that they're doing in the World Cup this year.
Oh, like what?
They're doing water breaks they've changed soccer from being 2 halves to 4 quarters.
Oh, okay.
And they're doing water breaks at the quarter marks.
Okay.
But really what it is a way for FIFA to sell ad space.
That was kind of my thought. I was like
100%.
The players are in better shape. I would argue maybe better shape now than they ever have been in the past in history because of science and technology that's come out with sports stuff. So I was like, I can't imagine if they're able to go 2 halves in the past
in every other competition around the world. They do.
That's an interesting point too. Because
And
they're
then
still
only for the World Cup, they're doing 4 halves right
totally
now.
just to sell more ad space.
100%.
That's 1,000%.
And it was proven, more or less proven, in the very first match. I think it was Mexico versus, I forgot who they played. But the water breaks are supposed to be 3 minutes, and it went almost 12 minutes.
Okay.
And the players were ready to play.
Yeah, the
They
players
were
like,
on
"Can
the
we
field.
go?"
They're like, no, TV's not ready yet.
Jeez.
Yeah. So it's quite obvious that FIFA is just trying to make money off of
Yeah.
it. But one thing that's kind of interesting is they're trying to speed the game along a little more. And so the ref will give a goalkeeper a countdown to do a goal kick from 5 seconds to 0 seconds.
Okay.
So he'll hold his hand up and be like 5, and then he lowers it down and goes 4, and then lowers it down and goes 3. Right. And if they don't kick it by 0, it turns to a corner kick.
Oh.
And so it's an immediate, and then there's 5 seconds for the corner kick to happen.
Okay.
There was also 5 seconds for throw-ins too.
Okay.
And if it's not, if they don't fulfill in the right amount of time, it turns to the other person, gives it to the other person, the other team.
Wow.
Yeah. So there's a little time like for setting up the ball and whatever. And it's as soon as like the ref feels like he's delaying, then he starts doing the 5 second countdown.
Okay.
Also in the USA game,
Have people been hit by that so far?
I don't think anyone has been overturned.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's just this thing that's like, hey, you're delaying. I'm going to start giving you the countdown. And they go, okay, fine. And then they kick the ball.
Okay.
But in the USA game, the first official yellow card was given for pretending to fall or for falling or pretending to get fouled.
Okay.
Right. And so one of the US defenders
Flopping. Is that
flopping
called?
for flopping.
Okay.
Yeah. So one of the US defenders like slid and went to do a tackle but missed the ball and the player, but the player flopped and fell on the ground and pretended to be injured.
Yeah.
Right. Clearly not touched in the replay.
Yeah.
But it all happens so fast you can't notice. So the ref came up and gave a yellow card to the US player.
Oh.
And everybody's like, boo. And then they, I forgot, I think we got a goal kick off of it, but then they stopped the goal kick. The ref went to the review monitor and then came back and gave the Paraguayan guy
the yellow card
and canceled the yellow card on the US player.
Wow.
And they overturned it and gave the card for pretending to flop or for flopping.
How does that process work in soccer? Because reviews and challenges are obviously a thing that's been part of football for a very long time.
Yeah.
And they just started implementing it in baseball. I don't know when.
Last year or two.
No, I think it's been a little bit more than that. I think it's been within the past 5 years though. It's been around in tennis for a very long time. It's been around over a decade in tennis, challenging a call. Is it in soccer? Is that something where somebody, the coach or somebody can challenge a referee call? Or is it like the referee gets something through his earpiece from somebody up top that says, hey, I think you made a bad call. You should probably review that.
The coach, I don't think is allowed to have any control over the review process.
Okay.
To my knowledge. On reviews, there has been reviews in soccer for a short period of time, but it was all about if the ball crossed the plane of the goal. Only for scoring, right? Because there's times
not for offsides
or anything. They'll show it on camera, but they won't call it back or anything. They'll be like, that was clearly offsides or that wasn't offsides. But they didn't ever have a review process on the field for it for a little while. But it's all changing right now. So I'm not 100% sure when it all happens, but it seems to come down from the camera crew, the review board, down to the refs. Like, hey, that person was offsides, or hey, that foul happened this other way, or what. But it seems to, on the field, a lot of it seems to like they play it out until they get it in their ear that, hey, you need to call that back, or hey, you need to, do X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
And then I think if it's a goal scoring opportunity, it's always a review.
Okay.
Sort of thing.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So I'm not 100% sure. I like it and I don't like it. Soccer is very much supposed to be a fluid sport, never stopping, always kind of continuing. Not supposed to have much ref interference, right? Or, like throw-ins or, it's all supposed to be happening all at once. And the clock in soccer never stops. It always counts.
Yep.
And so now we're getting overtime like at the end, because the ref always keeps track of how much time is being delayed, how long it takes that goalkeeper to kick it in, how long does the penalty take, if there was a yellow card happening, if substitutes are happening. Now, when these hydration breaks are happening, all that gets tallied into an amount that is added to overtime. But now we're seeing overtime amounts at like 10, 12, 15 minutes or something like that.
I'm
it's
never been like 2 to 5.
3 to 5. Yeah, something like that. But we're up into double digits now because this water breaks 3 minutes and then everything else that happens is more time. And so it's not quite as smooth as soccer used to be.
Okay.
But I do like that I like the flopping rule for sure.
Yeah.
I think soccer's for the longest time has been too many flops. Like water polo is that way where there's fouls. You can flop in water polo and a foul's called and it just causes a pause. But that seemed like it was part of the game. Yeah. Like that's always kind of how it's been. But in soccer, the flop causes too much stopping, in my opinion. But I don't know. I'm a big fan of soccer. Like I said earlier, it's just really cool to see the world come together. And some of the videos, I showed you the videos earlier, some of the videos that are coming out of like other countries coming to support their team in the World Cup. And how much more these other countries love soccer or football compared to America. Like America shows up to their game probably like, yeah, I'm wearing a jersey. Yeah. Yay. But these other teams are like, have chants and have like just country spirit. You know, I don't know how to explain it. It's crazy. Like I didn't show you the one from Scotland. Had all these fans walking through downtown, one of the parks in Boston, being led by bagpipers playing that, and they're all marching towards the stadium.
Wow.
You know, and it's just like, gives me goosebumps. Like the amount of energy behind these countries for this sport. Yeah. I mean, and it truly is the world sport. Like baseball has their World Series, but like, okay, now maybe there's Canada and some other teams in it, but it's not the world. It's not, you know, the world competing against each other. It's like the Olympics has the world competing against each other. Yeah. The World Cup now used to be 32 teams. And I think this time went up to 48 teams. Okay. And so there's a little talk and controversy about that as well. But because now the tournament's going to last longer because they have more eliminations, more things that need to happen. Yep. But for the first time, countries are able to get into the World Cup that have never been able to make it. Yeah. Curacao played Germany. Curacao, I think is the last place, like 48th team. Yeah. Right. But a country, it's an island in the Caribbean with the population of 150,000 people. That country beat other countries like Italy. Wow. And I'm Italian fan. I love Italy. Italy did not make the World Cup this year. Oh, wow. I like Costa Rica for some reason. I've always been a fan of Costa Rica. Costa Rica did not make the World Cup this year. Wow. Both of those teams are typically in it, right? This small country of Curacao made it into the into the World Cup. That's cool. And it's nuts. They played Germany in their first game, and they scored a goal against Germany. Germany's a 4-time World Cup winner. Oh, wow. And there's this tiny itty bitty team from nowhere land.
It's like Cool Runnings.
That got a breakaway and scored against them. And that might be like one of the highlights of the entire World Cup is this. Yeah. This itty bitty country scoring against Germany. Yeah. You know, it's so cool. I just love the stories that come out of it, the talking about the cultures and the countries and learning about everything. And just, I don't know. To me, this is the sporting event of the nice 4 years. Yeah. Or whatever it is. So, yeah, it's fun.
Cool. Awesome. There you guys go. Some World Cup updates. I'm sure we'll get some more as time goes on here. How long does it last?
It's going to go to a month, right? It's normally a month, but because there's 48 teams now, it's like a month and a half. Okay. Yeah. So it's going to go into like mid-July or something like that. Okay. Nice. So maybe we'll have to start a World Cup Discord thread, a temporary Discord thread for World Cup. Just show videos and stuff. Because man, like the
highlight reels,
the Holland people dancing that I showed you, like, the sea of orange that was there. Actually, that
was impressive.
They're Netherlands, not necessarily Holland. Yeah. And then all the Vikings from Finland that were there.
Those are my people.
Yeah. And they were doing this rowing chant, and the whole stadium behind the goal is just doing this row and doing
yeah.
There's some funny memes coming out of the whole stadium lifting up and moving into the ocean and rowing away.
That's funny.
But so that's pretty funny. But it's just so neat to see I love seeing the world come together for positive reasons.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Well, cool, man. Good stuff. That does it. I think. Oh, I remember what my other thing was.
Okay, ready.
It was mainly just my back and what happened there.
Yeah.
So because I poked a hole in the side of the camper, another situation happened where there was a really tight clearance. And this time it was up high on the cab over part. And so I started going to really slow, had my head out the window, watching it. And as soon as it touched the camper, I was like, nope. So I backed up and I went to break off this limb. And the limb was a 3 to 4 inch diameter limb, but it was all dead tree. And so I was in my flip floppies. And there was a bunch of other, because it's a down tree right there, just other branches and shit broken on the road there. And so as I snapped that branch off, the tension released and I started stumbling backwards. I went to step backwards and catch myself. My flip flop went underneath a branch and my foot went on top of the branch and caught my foot. And I wasn't able to step backwards and I fell straight backwards onto the end of the log that was like broken in the road that I was driving around. It's like I landed with like half of my back, like the left side. It just barely missed my spine. It hit all my muscle on my left side right here. Landed right on the end of that log. And like I hit it and then fell off and rolled off onto the road. And it hurt so bad. And I was just laying there for like, I don't know how long it was. Seconds. It was long enough for the secretary to jump out of the car and come around and help me get up. But like, I was like, that hurt so bad. And then I was pissed from putting a hole in the camper. Now I'm upset because my back and I just did that. And it's very not happy today. And that was the other thing that happened. So
yellow card to the flippy flop for the flop.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah. So I'm like, I really hope my back settles down before the trip up to Lassen. Yeah. This trip here. Otherwise it's going to be a sucky trip, but we'll still make the best of it.
Are you going to duct tape over the hole for the drive up to Lassen?
I need to do something because I don't know what weather's going to be like up there. And if it rains, that's going to be really, really bad. So I gotta do something about the hole in the camper at the moment for that trip.
Sure.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. So anyways, that does it for the show today.
Yeah.
Hopefully you guys all enjoyed it out there. And we had, let's see, today's Thursday. So we'll be back tomorrow with snail mail. I got some fun voicemails to listen to, I'm sure, and get to interact with you guys a little bit more. If you want to do some more interactions with us, you can do that over on Discord, irate 4x4, Instagram, email. What other ways is there to get a hold of us and interact?
Those are the primary ones, the best ones. Yep.
Bat signals.
Yep. Smoke signals.
Yep. Those work great too. So give those all a shot.
Radio chatter.
Radio chat. Yeah. Get on HF on 20 meter HF at about 2 to 3 p.m. We'll see if we can hit each other.
Don't say that. You're going to have some Roger's now going to be reaching out to you.
Roger. I was on at 3 p.m. with L. Tyler. So cool stuff. That about does it. Any final words for everybody out there, Jimmy?
I would highly anticipate somebody, or people finding a favorite team on the World Cup and just watching and having fun with it. But, I think that, really the moral of this weekend is just, summer's here.
Yep.
Go out and play.
Have some fun. It's a great time. And with that, my friends, keep crawling.
I got one for you.
Okay. I think I'm ready.
What do you get when you cross a dyslexic And I so mad. I can't even. I'm so bad at this.
Are you dyslexic?
I am dyslexic.
Yeah.
Insomniac.
Okay.
And an agnostic.
Oh my God.
Dyslexic.
Insomniac agnostic and a dyslexic insomniac agnostic.
Yes.
It's going to be something with mixing all those words together. Agdixic. I don't.
You're not even close.
Okay, I don't know what.
So let me reread the joke just so we're all on the same page here.
Okay.
What do you get when you cross a dyslexic, an insomniac, and an agnostic? Dang it. Those are like big words.
Somebody who doesn't think that you can sleep backwards under a bed. Somebody who
not really, but you're in more of the
somebody
direction.
who doesn't think sleeping is good for you.
Someone who lies awake at night wondering if there's a dog.
Okay. Sure.
Because they're dyslexic, so it should have been God.
Okay, that makes it more funny. I was like, why the fuck is there a dog in this?
Yes.
Okay.
It took me a second.
That's better.
Too.
That's a lot better than all right.
Dog God. Yeah. Okay. Man, that was one for the rule book there.